What's up, guys? Shamo coming back at you with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the fastest way to make $1,000 in a day doing Shopify dropshipping. Now I'm going to be talking about two different methods. The first method is how to make $1,000, like the fastest way doing Instagram influencers, and the second method is going to be how to make $1,000 each day doing Facebook ads. So let's hop into my computer, show you my screen, and let's get into it.
So yeah, guys, let's get right into it. So the first thing before we start, I just want to let you guys know that it will take time, so be patient. I really got to put this out there because people think that if they implement what I say, it'll work right away, and it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work, but it will take time, as dropshipping is a business, right? Most businesses take like 2 to 3 years to succeed, right? So this is one of those businesses that doesn't take as long, but it still does take long. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I don't know. It's up to you how quickly you do things. And that's basically what I want to say before we get into it. So now let's get right into it. So the first thing is Instagram, right? Instagram ads. So the first problem with Instagram ads is that they are not consistent, because one day you might make 1,000, another day you might make only $10 when you're running these influencer ads. And yeah, that just reminded me to bring this up. What I mean by Instagram ads is not like one of those sponsored ads, because those sponsored ads you see as you're scrolling through your feed, those sponsored ads are actually ran off of Facebook. So in the Facebook Ads Manager, they're running on the Instagram platform, which is no problem with that. That counts as this method over here. But what I mean by Instagram is Instagram influencers, paying real pages, paying influencers to go ahead and post a shout out on their page for your product. So it isn't consistent at all, because one day you'll make 1,000, another day you'll make only 10, right? And the reason for that is because you're paying different influencers. If you pay the same one over and over, obviously you're going to be making less money, because the first time you pay them, you'll make the most. Then you'll start making less and less. So it really isn't consistent. Another problem is that it's repetitive. And the issue with this is that two things can happen. Either your product dies for influencers, or the influencer actually dies itself. Like that page, that person running that page, his page will that person's page will eventually die off. And the reason is because the followers, people who are following, get sick and tired of seeing these same ads, same products, and they start to realize that this page just wants money. So I'm unfollowing them, right? Rather than posting the content they were made to post, they start posting ads for your product, which eventually kills them off. And you don't want to be doing that, right? Another problem is that there's no calculated risk, because there's either two things going to happen. Your ad's either going to work, or your ad's not going to work, which is why me personally, I fully put everything into Facebook ads, because there's minimal fluctuation, right? So say if I make $1,000 today, tomorrow, the lowest I'd say, if I keep my ads the way they should be, maybe 800, maybe 1,200, right? So that's without scaling or cutting. But there's minimal fluctuation, which is very, very good. You want consistency in your business, right? Obviously, one day you're making 10 grand, another day you're going negative, and there's no point of really having that business, right? With Facebook, there's also a larger audience, which means you can target more people, right? Having a larger audience, maybe 30 million people, 40 million people. I've even seen some interests have 1 billion people. There's no Instagram page that has 1 billion followers, right? So that is why, which is why Facebook is much better than Instagram influencers, because you'll be able to reach bigger people. Right. Another thing is that it's more specific and more targeted. And what I mean by this, you can actually change genders, ages, any sort of demographic, right? Like even locations, which really can make it much more easier to see if the product will work or not. Because say if like your product is like eyebrow plucker, right? You're gonna be targeting women, maybe from the ages of 16 to 50, right? That's really specific, really targeted. And the interest you would do is maybe eyebrow or like makeup, something like that. And you'll be able to see if that product will work or not. And you can also adjust the budget, how much you want to be spending per day. And it's just so much better than Instagram influencers. I'm not saying not to do Instagram influencers, but it's really risky, because it either will work or it won't, right? There's no really data. There's no data you can see to see if it'll work or not. Because with Facebook ads, there's so many things that come into play. You can see the cost per click. You can't see any of that. Um, you can see the cost per click. You can see the cost per purchase, how much you're paying to get it at the cart. But with Instagram influencers, you can't see any of that. And that's a big issue because you want to be able to see the data, see the stats before seeing if the product will work or not. So yeah, thank you so much, guys, and that sums up the video.
Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at NinosOfficial. I'll leave the link down in the description below. This video was more for beginners, so if you have any advanced questions or anything specific, feel free to DM me and I'll get back to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys soon. Peace.